Greetings, whoever this may concern. Christian Aguilar here, back with another movie review. And in today's movie review, I'm going to be reviewing Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. The film stars Letitia Wright, Tanish Huerta, Angela Bassett, Danai Gurira, Winston Duke, Dominique Throne, and Martin Freeman. And the film is essentially about the people of Wakanda fighting to protect their homeworld from invading world powers as they mourn the death of their King T'Challa. Now, before I get into it, just to let you know, this is a spoiler-free review, so you're safe to watch this, and you can go into the movie without knowing anything, just whether or not if I liked it and if I recommend it. And do I like it, and do I recommend it? Well, I gotta say, this is Marvel's best thing that they have done in Phase 4. I repeat, this is the best thing Marvel has done in Phase 4. All of the Disney Plus shows don't compete with this movie. I'll tell you that right now. And I like a handful of the Disney Plus shows, but when I was watching this movie, from the very beginning to right when it finished, I was in awe. I didn't mind this movie maybe going another 2 hours. And even when it ended, you heard little ahs and ooh and like shuffles in the audience, like, holy crap. We're just getting off this ride and we're just thinking about everything that just happened right now. The audience that I saw this with clapped at the end. It was a nice little clap at the end. You could hear the silence during the opening Marvel logo. And this whole opening to the movie is very right to the point. It deals with a lot of questions that we had, and it does it in a very respectful and emotional way. Very, very well done. And I liked that this movie took itself seriously from beginning to end. There was no lighting up with humor, really. I know a lot of people's main critique is there's too much damn humor in these Marvel movies. Humor's good, but it wasn't oversaturated, and that I'm glad to say this was not oversaturated with humor. It had its funny moments, don't get me wrong. There's some funny moments in here. But they know when to get emotional, they know when to get heavy, and then they know when to get badass. You know, it just overall was a very, very, very fun time. And this quickly shot up to my top 10 favorite MCU films. How they tackle what has already been established and how they introduce what is yet to come is so masterful, and it makes me excited to see more from these characters. It really does, and I teared up a couple of times in this movie as well. If you don't tear up just at least a little bit, do you really have a heart? No, I'm kidding. But seriously, man, this movie really hits home. It's really emotional, and again, this is the best thing to come out of Phase 4. I think the best thing to come out of Marvel since Endgame. I just remembered Werewolf by Night. Werewolf by Night was freaking amazing too. But no, this definitely beats out Werewolf by Night because just the way they deal with everything and the way they present things to you, it's just, I don't think anyone could have done it better. Ryan Coogler is such a talented director, and it just continues to show in this new installment. It's just amazing, man. But are there any flaws or any nitpicks to hear? There are nitpicks. Flaws, it's kind of hard to name something that lacked, really. I know a couple people said the second act kind of fell for them and it kind of lost direction on the story. I totally disagree with that. There's no point in time where this movie lost its focus. Everything was very consistent. I do like how they're telling their own story while also setting up things on the side for future projects. It was cool to see them set up all these future projects without spending too much time on them. You know, they knew how much time to spend, but we need to get back to our main thing. You know, that was always the focus, and I'm glad to say this movie never lost its focus. There were a couple of shots here and there that looked like they were filmed on a green or blue screen. Like there was clearly a studio. They're not actually in that environment. Those are just little nitpicks. Those really stand out mainly to the technical eye. But when you notice them, it's kind of it's funny to picture like what's a practical setting and then what is actually just a sound stage or something, you know, or like a studio with just blue or green screens. It's very interesting to kind of pinpoint that out, and there's some shots that do stand out like that. But overall, the CGI in this is pretty well done. Like there's a lot of, I know there's been a lot of questionable CGI in a couple of comic book movies lately, but this one is on the better looking side of the spectrum, and I love that. Overall, what do I give this movie? This was a pretty solid movie, man. And this is me. I just got out of the theater too, you know. So, oof, this is. I have to give Black Panther: Wakanda Forever a 4.5 out of 5 stars. What prevents it from getting a full 5 out of 5? There's a couple of story beats I don't want to mention specifically because this is a spoiler-free review still. There's just a couple of things that felt, oh, okay, that moved a little too fast. But that's it. Other than that, it's a fantastic time. And I do recommend going out to the theaters and watching this for sure. And I cannot wait for this to come out on 4K or even just be out on Disney Plus so I can watch this in the best resolution possible, because I feel like this is a very beautiful looking film. Just by the trailers, it's very beautiful looking, but when I went to go see it in theaters, the brightness is pretty dark. So I wonder if that's the case for other people. If that was the case for you, let me know down below. But that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for reaching to the end of it. Let me know what your thoughts are on the movie down below, if you've seen it or if you're interested in seeing it. If you have not seen it or you're excited, let me know your thoughts down below. And as always, please like, share, and subscribe, support the channel. It's always very much appreciated. The rendered image is show I co-host my good friends Tyler and Shannon. Link to the channel will be down below in the description. We go over all the latest movie news, updates, and trailers. We definitely will be talking about Black Panther: Wakanda Forever in all of its spoiler glory, so please be sure to go over there, check that video out when it comes. I hope you're all safe and well out there, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take care.